Polynomials are going to look like things that you've already seen before. So we're starting Unit 3. If you don't have your Unit 2 work and test done, you need to get that done as soon as possible, especially my distance learners. Let me get this out of the screen. So, you guys have seen something like this before. Let's do 2x squared plus x plus 5x squared plus 8. You've definitely seen something like this, yes? And then you learned that you can combine like terms. So do we have terms that we can put together because their variable or their exponents match? Yes. We can put this guy together with this guy, and that would go to 7x squared plus x plus 8. And then we couldn't put any more together because you can only put x squareds with x squareds, x's with x's, and numbers with numbers. We all feel okay about that, true story? Okay, so this is what you're doing today, except for we're now changing the thing that we're adding. So in this case, you would say that we are simplifying an expression. This is an expression. Today, what you're doing is simplifying or adding polynomials. So you would get, or we are going to get something like this, 5x cubed, let's go, plus 8x squared, and we're going to add 2x cubed minus 6x squared. Now, when it looks like this, it's still an expression. So how do I change it to a polynomial? It's not very exciting. We're going to put parentheses around the polynomials. So now instead of adding one expression, what they're trying to get you to recognize is that you're going to take this binomial, because it has two terms, and you're going to add to it another binomial, which has two terms. It doesn't change anything that you do. They just want you to recognize that when you put these parentheses around it, instead of saying this is one big expression, what you really have is two binomials that you're adding. Is this making a little sense? So everything happens the same. I can take this 5x cubed and combine it with this 2x cubed and get 7x cubed. And then I'm going to take this 8x squared and combine it with a negative 6x. What's that going to? 2x positive. And that's your final answer. So that's the first part of today's lesson. Essentially, it's combining like terms, but instead of just being in one line with no parentheses, they put parentheses around it and want you to recognize the polynomial. So now let's look at your page. That's page 30. It says adding polynomials at the top. So we have a fill in the blank at the top. To add polynomials, all you have to do is add the coefficients. Don't write anything down yet. Yep, coefficients. That's just fancy for numbers. So coefficients is just fancy for numbers. You add the coefficients of the like terms. The like terms is the exponent or the variable that you have. So you can only combine x's with x's. You can only combine y squareds with y squareds. So on this first problem, they are asking you to take this polynomial. Where's my pencil? This first one is a polynomial. and add to it this trinomial. So this is a polynomial because he has 4 terms. This is a trinomial because he has 3 terms. But like I said at the beginning, it's just like combining like terms. So I like to draw shapes around mine. So I'm going to circle x cubed, and then I'm going to go down the line and see if there are any more x cubes. There are in the trinomial, so I just circle those. How many x cubes do I have here? If there's no number in front, how many is that? 1. So you have 1 here and 1 here. So those combine to 2x cubed. And then I go on to the next term. So I'm going to draw a box around that guy. And notice this time I'm including the symbol. I'm going to include the symbol with my number. And then over on this other one, I have a negative 10x squared. So if you have 2 positives and 10 negatives, that means that 2 of these positives will cancel out 2 of those negatives, and you'll be left over with 8 negatives. So you're bringing down a negative 8x squared. Are you okay with how that goes to negative 8? Okay, I'm going to trust you. Okay, then the next one, we have negative x. So I'm just going to draw a cloud on him. And then I move my way down and I go, oh, sad day. X doesn't have a like term, so we just bring him down all by himself, minus x. And then our last set is the number. I'm just going to like shade him in. I have a negative 7 here and a positive 8 there. So if I have 7 negatives and 8 positives, that means almost all of them are going to cancel out but 1. Is that 1 that's left over a negative or a positive? Positive. So plus 1. Are you okay on those? If you're feeling a little rusty on your combining numbers, like for this one, you could just plug in 2 plus negative 10. Because you're combining these, so you're always adding. So whatever 2 numbers you have, just add them. Negative 7 plus 8 would have given you 1. Okay, that guy's done. Too easy. So next one, anybody know what this polynomial is called? Binomial plus a trinomial. Nothing really new here though, we just combine the terms. So I'm going to start at the very first term like I usually do. I always circle that one. I'm going to move down the line. What term goes with 3x? 8x. And I'm going to put that plus in my shape that I draw. So I have 11x. Then I have a plus 7. I'm going to work my way down and only look at the numbers that don't have a shape. That's going to be a no. But I can combine it with that 1. So what do those go to? 8. Positive or negative? Positive. And then all we have left over here is this negative 3x squared. Now you can include that positive too if you're really feeling like it. You just need to remember that if you have a positive and a negative together, the negative always wins. So minus 3x squared. Now technically, this isn't right. Our numbers are right, but the way that we've written it is not right. Does anybody remember what's bad about this? Fire? The last number should be at the front. So you always want your exponents going from biggest to smallest. So because this is an x squared, you want it on the front. And then notice that I took the negative with him because the negative belongs with the 3. It's a negative 3. This 11 is positive. I know that because he doesn't have a negative in front of him. So he has to be positive. And then we know that 8 is positive. So if we're being 100%, this is the way we should write our answer. You're still hanging in? Do you want to try the next one on your own? Yeah. Great. So let's just have you practice this one on your paper, and then we'll have you do 4 on your whiteboard. I'll do mine, pass through, and check to see how you're doing, and then we'll check in. Okay, I'm going to pass through just to see where you're at. Pretty good. So about 30. $20. $10. Okay, so you're just checking yours against mine. If you go in the order that I go, you end up with 2x to the 5th plus 5x cubed minus 4x minus 5 plus 5x to the 4th. But if you rearrange it in order from greatest to least, then you have your coefficients are 2, 5, 5, -4, -5. How'd you do? Okay? Okay, now you guys do number 4, but write it on your whiteboard. So you can just write your answer on your whiteboard. Yes, Diamond. Okay, thanks for letting me know. Yeah. So get out your whiteboard. You're writing your answer on there.
Oh, never mind, I got it.
Okay, are you sure?
Yeah.
Hey, miss, do you have a marker? Mine got chopped in half.
Do not call me miss.
I mean,
There's a bunch right there. Throw that one away.
I'm sorry.
Your, So roughly 30. $20. $10. $3. $2. Okay, show me. Keep it up for just a second so I can try to check most of you. Oh, si bueno. So I didn't do mine. I'll do mine really quickly. Negative 2x cubed. Nothing combines with him or her. Then the next one that you would write is negative 4x squared. Then 4x and 2x combine to 6x. And the 2's cancel out. Looked really good. Let's try one more before we do that last problem. So I just have it written down. So about 30. $20. $10. $5. Okay, show me what you're thinking. Okay, negative 13x squared plus 6x minus 1. Do you guys have questions on that one? No. Okay, next up is a word problem, but really it's just like these ones above. So you are receiving income from 2 jobs. At the fish stand, you are paid according to this function, 5x squared minus 2x plus 8. And at the gas station, you are paid according to x cubed minus 10x squared plus 3x minus 7. Create a function that represents your total income from your 2 jobs and name it h. So this is really fancy smanchy words, but all they're asking you to do is make this new function h of x by taking what you make at the fish stand and adding it or combining it with what you make at the gas station. So they're saying your total income is what you make at the fish stand and the gas station together. Okay, well, we know what those are. At the fish stand, you make 5x squared minus 2x plus 8. And then at the gas station, you make x cubed minus 10x squared plus 3x minus 7. But in order to keep track of what goes with what, we need to put parentheses around the different incomes. So when I put parentheses around it, I know that this all goes with the fish stand, that all goes with the gas station. Remind me what we're doing with those two things? Adding. And now it's a problem just like you had above. You just combine the like terms. So let's have you combine those like terms to give you just a little bit of guidance. You should have 4 terms when you're done. So if you need a little extra assistance, make sure that when you are done, you have a total of 4 terms. Maybe I should pick sticks for this one. Should I? Is that too much pressure? Let's go with about 20 seconds. Is that going to be enough? Okay, good. Roughly 10. Okay, Cheyenne, what did you get as the first term? Perfect. I got x cubed. And I'm going to have you do this on the next problem. So I'm going to model for you what I want you to do. If I called Ivani's name, I would say, Ivani, what'd you get for the second term? And she would say minus 5x squared. She would include the minus. Does that make sense? If I say, Zane, what did you get for the third term? He'd say plus x. So Diamond, what did you get for the last term? C, bueno. Good job. We're okay with that problem? Okay, so we're all good when we're adding, and now we're going to add just one extra element to this and do subtracting. They are almost exactly the same. They are almost exactly the same. So to subtract polynomials, you subtract, and then these blanks are the exact same words. You subtract the coefficients of the like terms. Now this is really not that bad if you make sure that when you go through, you distribute your minus sign. So in all of these problems, you have a subtraction sign between your polynomials. And that makes a difference. That's going to change your very first step. But then after that, it remains the same. So let me explain to you what I mean. This first polynomial, he stays the same. This one stays the same. We do nothing to this first one. But everything after this minus sign, you have to change everything to the opposite. It's called distributing the negative. But the easy way of thinking about it is change everything inside the parenthesis to its opposite. So I changed negative 5 to positive 5 x squared. You can put the positive on or not. It's up to you. I change plus x to minus x. And I change minus 4 to plus 4. So that opposite, or that negative, means change everything that comes after to its opposite. And now your task is to combine this polynomial with this trinomial. So let me highlight that for you. Now you're combining this with this. So now it's exactly what you did on the previous page. I go through and do like terms. I don't have another x cubed, so I just bring down 9x cubed. I have a plus 2x squared and a plus 5x squared. So that's going to go to a plus 7x squared. Oh, this one's kind of tricky. I have a minus x and a minus x. 2x, good, somebody said it, but what is the sign? Negative or minus, good job. Then last up, you have a negative 7 and a positive 4. So if you have trouble combining those, what you would plug into your calculator is a negative 7 plus 4. We get minus 3 on the end. Not too bad, right? We just have to be careful to distribute that negative through to all of the terms. So on this one, we leave this first trinomial the same. We do nothing to it. But on the second trinomial, you go in and you change each term to the opposite sign. So you guys take like 15 seconds to do that, and then we'll check in. About 10. 5. So now this is what you're combining. Everything after the minus changed to a positive. And when you get to the end, you should have 4 terms. So let's have you guys find those 4 terms, and I will call names for the number. Hey, babe. Okay, you can just sit wherever you would like to. So let's go about 30 seconds. $20. About 10. Okay, so Nick, what do you think we should have for our first term? Perfect, 6x to the 4th. Second term goes to Cheyenne. Uh-oh, is that what you guys got for the first term? Oh, what's it supposed to be? Oh, because there's this 8x to the 5th here. Oh, shoot. Okay, so it's, what is it? It tricked me. Okay, based off of that, Cheyenne, what do you have as the second term? Negative 2x to the, I think I agree with that. Negative 2x to the 4th. Okay, third term goes to Zach. Plus 3x. Last term goes to Britton. Plus 3. Oh, he's hiding right there. Do you guys agree with that? That one was trying to trick us. I got that one wrong. Okay, Next up, do you want to try the whole thing on your own? Okay, let me at least tell you how many you have at the end. You're going to have 5. So I'll call names for those 5 terms. Good job on that last one, remembering your signs. Let's go about 30 seconds. $20. 10. 3. 2. Okay, Hugo, what are you thinking the first term is? Well, that seems like too many x to the 5s. Oh, wait. When you multiply this in, that becomes negative 9x to the 5th. So then you're combining a positive 8 and a negative 9. So really, some of those cancel out. Do you see what happened there? Yeah? So negative x to the 5th. Are we okay on that one? Okay, second term goes to Beth. Say one more time. Positive 5x to the 3rd. Let me check. Oh, so this becomes a plus x cubed. We have a positive 6 and a positive 1. So plus 7. Shoot-a-rooney. Okay, next term, third term goes to Zane. Negative 11x squared. Is that right? Oh no, I think it might be positive. Because this 13 becomes positive. So you got a negative 2 and a positive 13. So positive 11x squared. Okay, fourth term goes to Elizabeth. Plus 10x. Oh, ding, ding, ding. I think that one's right. Do you guys agree? Last term goes to Sarah. Minus 4. Oh, good. We pulled it together there at the end. Do you feel okay about this one? You're sure? Okay, let's do one more where I pull your names. Make sure you distribute this negative in, family. I think that might have been where we went wrong on the last one. This one has 6 terms at the end. Holy moly.
Skip third.
What's your third?
He skipped.
Oh, I thought you said I skipped third to talk to more. I'm like, well, so he didn't. Okay.
Not in his third.
That's a bad day.
More things though. Go ahead. That way he still knows that it's
Yep. What a little butt face.
Oh, yeah.
Can we go like 30? Sure. $20. $10.
Who's the one winner?
Where were you on it?
The one that got it wrong. You
Zane?
make fun of them when they get it wrong?
No.
How are they supposed to know they got it wrong?
I'm pretty sure they know. Do you make fun of them when they get it wrong?
Yes. I do.
No.
It works.
Okay, just to help out a little bit.
No, I don't back talk my dad. Beat.
Oh, it's getting real. Okay, this is what you should have got when you distributed in. Oh my heavens, you're on one today. Listen, distance learners, Mr. Angel's in here. Maybe I can show you. That's who I'm talking to. There he is.
Hey girl, hey.
Hey girl, hey. He's causing all types of a ruckus. Talking about his dad beating him. Making fun of kids when they get the answers wrong. Listen, this is what not to do. Not to do. Okay, Mr. Angel's leaving now.
I didn't know it was recorded.
Okay, term 1 goes to Hugo. I put everybody's stick back in. 3. 3x to the 6th. I think that's right. Okay, term 2 goes to Elia. 8x to the 4th. What's the symbol on that? Plus. Third term goes to Raul. Oh man, you guys are killing it. Fourth term goes to Sarah. Plus x squared. Fifth term goes to Ivani. Minus 15x. And Juan, were you able to get the last term? -4. Si bueno. Very good, guys. Okay, that was looking real good at the end. Okay, one more of just these kinds and then we'll do the word problem. Let's have you put your answer to this one on your whiteboard. He's kind of a longer one. So have you put your answer to that guy on your whiteboard. Oh boy. I feel like you guys are feisty today. Let's go with about 30. $20. Roughly 10. About 5. Three, 2. Okay, show me. You might have to leave it up for just a second so I can see what's happening. Oh, dang. It's looking pretty good. Okay, check before you erase. I got a negative 2x cubed, negative 14x squared, positive 7x, negative 4. Did you do okay? Looked pretty good. Okay, one last problem before you have the rest of the period to work on your quizzes. We got another word problem, but it is very similar to the last one. So your online website makes money when people visit your site. Your profit, oh, so loud. Is it this loud in your other classes? Somebody told me that the announcer lady does not sound as loud in their other classes. I must have a very bodacious, excellent sound system, Ivani. Okay. Your profit is determined by the amount of money you bring in, so that's your revenue, minus the cost to run the website. So revenue is labeled with an R, cost is labeled with a C. Write an equation to represent your profit. So let's just call it P of X. P for profit. They tell us it's our revenue, so R of X, minus our costs, so C of X. So what function represents our profit? So we do exactly what we did last time. We write down the expression for our revenue. And remember, we keep it separate so that we know that that is related to revenue. Minus, make sure you get that minus in there, because this time we got a subtraction situation going on. Our costs, 325x plus 225. And then it's exactly the same as before. So let's have you guys go in, not go in, let's have you guys do it and write your answer on your whiteboard. You got about 30 because this one is kind of shorter. About 20. $10. About 5. Three, 2. Okay, show me what you're working with. Ooh, most of you guys have 3 terms. That's very good. Let's just double check. We have no like term for the x squared. No like term. Oh, yes, a like term. This goes to negative 18.25x. Subtract 225. So all minuses. Well, except for the first one. You feel okay about these? So your quiz for this particular lesson is only 8 questions. So get that one done first, and then most of you need to go back and do your average rate of change quiz. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Ready, set, go.